Happy Black Friday to those who celebrate. I guess it's just sort of everywhere these days. Happy post-Thanksgiving to those of you here in the US that celebrated Thanksgiving. And if not, I hope if you're not in the US and didn't do the Thanksgiving thing, I hope your Thursday was good. We for Thanksgiving here, it was just the four of us. Um low key. We didn't even have turkey. We had chicken. We're not the most traditional family there, but I didn't do the I didn't do much football. I didn't do the parade. Uh Squid Game the challenge was my thing pretty much. If you haven't heard about it, Netflix did a reality series based on Squid Game, so they actually got 435 people to compete in the challenges, and they dropped 5 episodes of that yesterday. And it's Squid Game plus Survivor. Nobody dies. It's very there's that. But it was interesting to see how they took they took a series and made it kind of like an immersive experience for the people playing. So there was 5 episodes. There's 3 left. A lot of fun twists and turns. If Squid Game is your deal, check it out. But you're not here for Squid Game, are you? You're here for content creator deals for content creators right now on Amazon. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is where they put a lot of stuff on discounts for, you can find some really good stuff. I gotta uh hopefully we'll spend about 45 minutes together going over some gear and really neat. There's a few things which like I should have waited for that, but I didn't. So not the smartest person there. So if you're meeting me for the first time, I am Robbie Brown, and my channel is Amazeballs VFX. And the simple, quick pitch I give there is right there on the screen. I want to help 1,000 creatives learn storytelling and fun visual effects techniques so they can build outstanding careers. The little, if you're here, even if you're on the replay, answer one of the questions for me. How was your Thanksgiving or your Thursday? And what gear are you looking for? I'll get rid of the how was your Thanksgiving one, because that's, but I'll keep the gear up. So if you drop a comment in there, even if you're watching this on the replay, if you have a question, I'll check it, because it does get viewed a lot by the replay. Hello, replay fam. Good to see you. Anyway, the channel. I help people with visual effects so they can build amazing careers. It's part, well, the easy way to show it is kind of what, each channel has our content pillars. And these are the kind of the 5 things that I talk about my channel. These are the videos that you'll get. Visual effects, storytelling, creative career, gear and tech, and my story. I want to see people succeed and not make the same mistakes that I have throughout my career. So that's kind of the my story part of that. So I'll weave those in. Subscribe if that's your jam, please. I'd appreciate that. But maybe you found this, maybe you just found this. You're looking for content creator gear and you're not necessarily hadn't thought about visual effects, but you've seen so many neat videos and you wonder, I don't think I can do that, but other people are doing that, so I can do that. So, the question on your mind is, how can I get started? Well, I have a short little mini course available at vfxin30.com. You can do, again, it's a video you can make in less than 30 minutes using your phone and the app CapCut. So just to get you kind of dip your feet into visual effects before you start to learn any of the the bigger things that are out there, which can be intimidating when you see really what people are doing. So a little about me. Visual effects producer, content creator. I have experience leading teams in for the industries are education, theme park ticketing, mobile games, and affiliate sales selling mattresses. So I've been doing the video slash YouTube slash short form thing for just over 10 years, and really became passionate about visual effects. 2 years ago, once TikTok really started exploding, I've always loved, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, these visual effects heavy movies, but not really being and not having the skill set to be like an animator or do heavy compositing. But in just discovering, you can tell any kind of story that you want with visual when you learn visual effects skills. You don't need to be, making, the crazy stuff that we see. A lot of the stuff that we see, like Kevin Pari, for example, very minimal editing work, very minimal filming things. Zach King's another story. We don't all need to be Zach King. I don't need to, but I've transitioned from doing, straight on production, filming to, I do love stop motion. That's another thing I'll talk about on the channel, but just a lot of different ways. And yeah, I've just kind of find my thing in VFX and just want to help a lot of people do that. So this we're going to go over stuff for beginners and upgraders. So no matter where you are kind of in your content creation journey, I'm going to speak to both sides, both people, if you will. I've had the luxury of being able to have, a really good budget to buy some really nice gear. And you get an idea of what, the quality of stuff, what you need besides, what you can get away with. I mean, you can make some really good videos for not a lot of money, not a lot of equipment. I still think everything is based on storytelling, and there's no equipment you can buy to really upgrade that. But, you do need stuff to film your content. And, as gear has changed over the past, 10 years, it's gotten a lot more affordable for anybody to make something. I mean, I still use my phone to film stuff. There's no, you can do great stuff with just your phone. You don't need to go through you don't need to get a new camera. But if there are reasons, I think, where getting a camera is useful. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So let's start talking about some of the deals that I've seen on Amazon for cameras. Now, I've used 4 brands primarily throughout my content creation career. Sony, Canon, Panasonic, and Blackmagic. Blackmagic is it's a primarily cinema camera. It's gorgeous and my favorite out of the price range for a lot of people. And I don't think it's really necessary for filming. Whether you're doing just kind of vlog content, it's not the best camera for vlog content. It's more if you're doing a lot of cinematic stuff. But for short form, TikTok style stuff and visual effects, it might be overkill. So think about, if you want to upgrade, let's step back and think about, if you're starting, you want to upgrade from your phone, So the thing that the popular one to start off right here is the Sony ZV-1 digital camera. This is, it's going to get you started in learning how to use a camera, starting to learn those things like ISO, aperture, shutter speed. It doesn't have lenses, a zoom lens, which you can get away with. It's not detachable. It's not an interchangeable one. We'll get into that a bit, but it's got everything you need: flip screen, built-in microphone, 4K HDR, touchscreen display, live video streaming webcam. This has the works for you if you just want a camera to get started. 14% off, $648. That's not a bad price for that one. But let me present you with, oh, it's the same one. Sorry. This one. This is what I have right now. I bought this. I did research on, should I step away from Canon and go to Sony? And this is the camera that I kept hearing about, the Sony ZV-E10. If you've watched any kind of video, there are creators talking about this one, and I think it deserves all the praise that it gets. It's a great camera for. I paid way more than $698 for this, and I got mine on eBay. I should have waited. So, interchangeable. It's on a full frame, but you don't necessarily need to start out with that. The sensor should work. This is a great camera. I think it looks great. You could take pictures with it. It's great for streaming. Again, it's right here in front of me. And interchangeable lenses if you want to upgrade. It's got a microphone on top, 4K. The thing that I like about having a camera like this is the flip screen. I just like to see myself. If I'm in the frame, I like to see myself in the frame. With the, you can do that with the phone, the flip around, but I've just never been comfortable with, you have to look at it the same way. I've just always liked when I'm behind the camera, it's not a problem, but I'm doing more stuff in front of it. I just like having the flip screen. That was the reason I really felt that I wanted to upgrade from my iPhone to a camera, is simply having the flip screen. And it's made my production faster. I didn't have to film it and look around and adjust. When you look at yourself, you can simply, adjust. And that for me is an important part of my process. So this is the camera that I recommend if you're just starting out or you want to upgrade from your iPhone. If you can spring the $698, and this is the one that comes with, you get the lens with this one. You'll see a lot of prices for it cheaper, but it doesn't have the lens. Lens is about an additional $150. It's a kit lens, so it's your start out lens, but it's one of I think it is the best camera out there for looking for Sony for getting started. There's a white version, which I did link in the description, which is the one I have. Color doesn't matter, honestly. So, but if you're already using a camera for your videos and you want to go forward, then you're going up to the Sony A series. So the one I've found to have the most positive reviews on, and for the price, is the Sony A7 III full frame. So you're getting all the ability to get a wider picture on this one. Comes with a 28-70 millimeter zoom lens, the LCD, clearer picture. You probably get a lower aperture on this, like a 2.8. This one, my camera only goes down to, I think, like a 3. So if you're into the whole bokeh thing, something to think about. So if you want to upgrade from where you are to, the big one, $1,698, that not everybody kind of has that line around. But if that's you, this is the Sony that I'd recommend. Maybe I'll get to this one in a few years. So the other camera that I've used at jobs is Panasonic, the Panasonic Lumix series. That was my first experience with a mirrorless and really enjoyed it. So, here we're just going to talk about, preference. The only thing I didn't like about this one is the flip down screen. I just needed to flip out. It flips down. That may not be a big problem for you, but if you're interested in Panasonic, this one's on sale for $647. Going up in price is the Lumix S511. No, I don't remember which one I used. Yeah, I know it was one of the Lumix series, and it wasn't the cheap one, but wasn't the bigger one. So yeah, it comes with a 20 to 60 millimeter full frame. If you want to go, if you want to upgrade your Panasonic, this is the one to go to. And the last one I switched over. Oh, that's the middle one. Yeah, they're all listed if you're into the Panasonics. So the camera that I had before the Sony was a Canon. It was a Canon T4 T4i Rebel. Was old. So, but I mean, I'd used that for most of my life and really came to rely on Canon. They're good. They're good cameras. I just thought about switching over to Sony. And so if you want to get started with Canon, the content creator kit they offer is really neat. You get the camera, the dead cat. This is called a dead cat that you put over your, it's a windscreen, but we call it a dead cat, which I don't know. Somebody just saw a dead cat. Did somebody like put a dead cat on? I don't know. Well, let's not go there. So the ERS, this one does have the interchangeable lens. This is a good starter pack for you if you want to stick with Canon or start with Canon. And then if you upgrade, it's the EOS R5, 8K 45 mechanical shutter. This one only has the body on it, so you're going to need to get, oh wow, the 2. Oh, that's got a lot of, yeah, they do come with dual cards, dual card slots. So if you're going to be filming a lot, this might be overkill for a lot of people that are just starting out doing visual effects. But if you want to do visual effects and do a lot more cinematic stuff, that might be your, whatever your niche is. That's a good way to go. I think that the Sony is a little bit cheaper. I mean, do your, I'm gonna say it, do your own research and look at what's available out there. So I hope that was helpful for a lot of you. If you're watching, let me know in the comments. Are you okay? Let's say it. Are you Sony? Are you Canon? Are you iPhone? A lot of times it just really doesn't matter as long as you're telling great stories. Here I am talking to you about gear. I'm going to say none of this matters, but it does and it doesn't. Just focus on your storytelling, focus on, really wowing people, and it doesn't really matter what gear you have. But if you want lenses, let's talk about some of the lenses that are available. So not a ton. Well, first of all, the lens that you select is going to vary on what camera you get. You can buy a Sony lens and then attach it to a Canon with a little adapter, but I've never seen the value of doing that. Just, there's tons of people making great lenses. Just, when you pick your camera, know what attachment it is. Sort of like the Sony FE is a camera that basically it's like the E lens attaches to the E camera. The FE is the FE sort of thing. So let's not get too technical into that. I just want to point out, if you do know what you're looking for, for visual effects, kind of the wider the lens, the better. Because for visual effects, you're really just kind of doing one shot. You don't need to move, and you're usually far away. You can move the camera in closer, so on and so forth. But usually I think a 20 millimeter is kind of that ideal sweet spot for getting a good frame. And so if you want a prime, now you can do prime and zoom. This has a zoom lens, which means it zooms. A prime is just, this is a 20. So it's just a 20 millimeter. You can't move it. You just need to move the camera. That may or may not be important to you. Primes can look better, but realize that when somebody's watching it on their iPhone, I didn't put on the thing. I'm sorry. You're just talking to me. Here it is. There's a lens. Sorry. Somebody's watching this on their phone. The lens isn't going to matter so much, the clarity of it. So you can get away with a good zoom lens that has the focal ranges that you need. A prime might be overkill. A prime might be overkill for starting out getting some content. I hope to upgrade this lens to a better zoom. So there's nothing to really worry about. And, just having a zoom lens will get you a lot of different abilities. But if you are looking for the prime, I just thought this was a great deal, $798 for a Sony prime lens. So getting into zooms, there's the 24 to 70. This is Zeiss's. They make great lenses. I had one at another job and I missed that lens a lot. So yeah, a 24 to 70 is going to give you really all the range that you need to get a lot of different kinds of content. Except maybe vlogs, if you want to doing that like and subscribe thing, wider's better. But for more general content, and I think for filming visual effects, this is going to get you the range I think that you need. That's a pretty good lens for a pretty good price. For Canon, there are Canon lenses. Rokinon, I can never pronounce it right. Rokinon, a 35 millimeter. So there's some width to it. Again, the prime zoom thing is up to you. It's I mean, yeah, it really up to you on how you're going to use your content. I don't want to. I just think, for beginners, and even at my stage, I'm okay with going with zoom lenses. But I do like to mention the prime lenses for people that are out there. And if you really want to go big on your 21 millimeter lens, there's the Zeiss for $1,299 for the Sony E mount. Again, Zeiss is my Zeiss, and the other one I like is Sigma, but they didn't have anything for a Black Friday deal, so not much to talk about. I'm probably going to do a longer video about other things, so keep an eye out for that one. Other lens gear you should buy. I'll do a longer YouTube video for that. So, okay, so after your camera and your lens, the next thing to think about is audio. Yeah, not a lot of people are doing live visual effects with audio included on it, but you might it might work for your particular style. So I don't want to not talk about equipment for visual effects, but for more general content creation, I mean, we'll talk about one of the mics that I have. So the mic that I prefer to use is a shotgun condenser mic. This is a mic, this kind of mic that you see like overhead. I like Sennheiser, but they're like $200 and they're not on Black Friday. So Boya is comparable for that. I mean, way cheaper. They're a good brand. I've talked to a few people who have used them. This is really the same thing you're going to get as the Sennheiser for very much less money. You'll need to get, for all these, you'll need to get a Zoom recorder to plug into some XLR cables. So, but I mean, if you're just starting out, use your onboard camera. If you want to get more other things, well, there's another solution that I have for you. It's the Movo, who I've used. I tried out a clip-on lens. Clip-on mic. I'll get to that in a second. Movo has an attachable microphone that you can plug into your phone or your camera. You'll need an adapter, but it's a solution for you if you want to get better onboard camera, if you're doing a blog, for example, or in your VFX thing, if you're just talking straight to it, one line or two, you can probably get away with that. Shure is a brand that I use a lot. Use that in a couple jobs, and this one just attaches directly onto the hot shoe mount of your camera. I think I don't know if I've used a Shure, I've used a Rode, but I've used this style and it works really well. You plug it right into your camera, get some headphones. There's no need to have an additional digital recorder. It is all there. So if that's more your thing, moving around, talking right to camera, that's a good deal. The new thing is wireless microphones that plug directly into your phone. So this is I tried this and didn't really like it. Not this one. I tried the Movo, but it's an option for you to try. If you're just starting out with your phone, you've seen people using these like all the time. And I tried it. I just wasn't a fan. I preferred to have just better clarity. So the brand I used was the Movo. Didn't work for me, but you might get better results with something like this. Just as an option, if you just want something quick that just plugs into your phone and goes. These are, I mean, they're extremely popular. See a lot of people using them. So that's an option for you. I use the one I have is a Rode. It's not on sale, but the Pop Voice Professional Lavalier lapel mic is what I use. I you know, it's usually sometimes it's attached here, or I have a little sticky thing where I can hide it, and it goes to my Zoom digital recorder. I'm still kind of on the wired part of the equation when it comes to my gear, but so to get started, one of these, and with an adapter, it just plugs into your camera or your phone. Oh, look at this. Wired mic versus wireless. Wireless signal instability. Distortion of sound. That's what I had. I had like this distorted sound from it and didn't like it. So thank you for this little graphic that helped there. But I mean, it might work for you. But I do like having the wired lav. It can plug right into your phone. Again, I plug mine into a digital recorder. I think it's a great solution. The other thing that's really popular is the wireless lavalier microphones. You see these a lot as well. So it's a wireless solution. The one I used was Sennheiser. It's like a $300 or more one. So not exactly entry level. So, but for $139, that's a pretty good price for the for a detachable wireless. A lot of people have those little, you see these big fat things that just kind of attach on like clips. It's a weird aesthetic for me to look at that. So I don't I have my own preferences, and you'll develop them too, but that is what my I just don't like how the big fat thing just sticks on there. Is it just me? Let me know in the comments if I'm the only one that thinks that just looks weird to have this. Looks like it's a pager. A pager is, I gotta, for those of you who don't know what a pager is, this is, oh, here it is. Yeah. It just looks like you're holding one of these on your screen. I don't know. It's not me. So anyway, after you have your camera lens, audio, stability. So the only thing you really need for visual effects is a tripod. You just need a solid tripod, just something to put your camera on. If you're just starting out, don't try to get, fancy with just, moving the camera like a lot of these people do. Just focus on getting your content out and being good at the technical side of stuff before you consider like, hey, if we move the camera, how does that work? So get a good tripod. I love Small Rig. They are the makers of I got a pole here that my camera's on. So Small Rig is a good brand to go with. $47, $10 off. It's not bad. Jolican, this is kind of like the one I have. It's the same aesthetic, same color. I wonder if they changed the name too. But I think this is a good thing to look for in your camera, is that it can be like a monopod if you may need that. Not really for visual effects, but for other content creation things. Instead of dragging around the tripod, you've got the monopod. See, photography, travel landscape, macro shooting, video recording, indoor show. Oh, look at him. So there you go. Okay. So yeah, if you need a ring light, not really great for visual effects, but if you're just a regular content creator and, talking to the camera, doing beauty, this is like what everybody has for their beauty channel. So the Senzine 10-inch ring light, $29.98. I got a ring light. Wasn't really my thing. I just didn't like the glow it got in the eyes, but might not matter to you. You might want that. I don't know where you are in your content creation journey or what your aesthetic is, but that might be the look that you're going for. Really for doing a lot of beauty and makeup. If you just want a desk one, there's plenty of options. I found the Ulanzi for $18.36. You're just gonna plop that on your desk. It's a great desk one, or it has that little like kind of wraparound one. So horizontal and vertical filming. Yeah, portrait and landscape. So that will work for if you're doing, TikTok stuff. The one thing I really like having is the ability to do um oh, tripod with rotatable horizontal center column. I'm able to hold the camera over something and not have it, put it on a pole and go down. I use this in a video that's coming out next week for some book shots, and I found a similar and I use this as well for a video I did a few months ago for stop motion. For stop motion, a lot of the stuff what I do is I just have the camera over, and you need to attach that to a rig where it stretches out and you put the lights over it. So if that's something you're looking into is kind of, incorporating some overhead shots, especially if you're doing stop motion and you want to do like that. I like this aesthetic where it's just stuff kind of coming out. You saw it back on the flat sort of animation. So that's something to consider. Oh, we got somebody live. Hi. Let me know who you are and what's your what kind of gear are you looking for? Anything we can help you with? So next is the big thing is I'm doing well here. Okay. Lighting. Consistent lighting is the most important thing you can do for your visual effects, because what we do in visual effects is we usually are filming two things. We're filming what's called the clean plate, which is like empty shot. And then we're filming the action, kind of where I am or something. And we need to match those shots if we're hiding something. Well, let me go off in a tangent. Let me show you what this would be good for. I like Ali Abdaal stuff, but we'll just go to one of my videos. So you can see what why it'd be necessary to have a. Okay. So. Oh, well, see, here's the do with that overhead, why you need an overhead rig, is you're just filming straight down. Looks pretty cool. All right. So, this is two different shots. This is me in this chair. This is me in this chair. Oh, come on. Okay, you're just gonna have to look at this because we don't have time. This is me, and this is me on the other side. So, I filmed this part, and then I filmed the other part, but the parts had to match because if the lighting looked off, you could tell. We were inside, so it didn't really matter, but it is a big thing if you're dealing with outdoor lighting. I could go on about this. That's a whole video. But anyway, if you're getting into green screen, which I do need to do more of, there's this kit. This Newer's a great company. I've used them. I've used their gear a few times in some few different jobs. But this set is basically everything that you need. You've got the green screen, you've got the stand, you have these three little you get three backdrops. I did a video, check the channel, you'll see me on a video where I've got the black background. This is the kind of green screen I use. These two lights are used to light the green screen, and these two light you. And the good thing is you don't need to use just for the green screen. I'm using this called a softbox. It's right here. right there. So you can just use that for any other things. If you're not doing green screen, then you can just get the soft boxes right here from Newer. LED, easy setup, 77.78. That's pretty good. Ooh, 31% off. If you just need those for your lighting, and I would encourage you to get good lighting. Excuse me. Get good lighting for your setups. The other thing that you do is get one of these LED video panels. I've used these before in a few jobs, and they work really, really well. Easy to set up. You can color balance them, high depending to match the room that you're in. Set a tone. These are fancy because you can get like multiple, and you can do this sort of like oh, what do they call it? I don't remember this habit, but you can set these to be like strobe, or it looks like it's a club, or if you're camera flicker was a lot of sorry, TV flicker. If the person's watching TV, or no, flame, so it looks like it's a flame, but it's a light. So they can do some of those neat settings for you if you need to replicate that in a video. But yeah, this kind of 2-pack from Newer's got this as well, 160. I used GVM. So a 2 setup is going to work well for you for just the key and the key and the fill light to get you looking on screen. I use these in the visual effects videos as well. Sometimes it's just the room is too dark and I need to use that lighting. I like to use artificial lighting because it lets me control the light. Outside in the sun, I don't have a big crew and I can't adjust the light. It's just me. So you're really at the mercy of, I need the cloud cover. I don't need the cloud cover. There's a lot of ways that it could go. But, when I can, I like to control the lighting. That's usually indoors, and I'm usually using artificial lights. And the other thing that I've incorporated is on me right now. This is the LED floodlights are, I just like having that extra dimension look, and look at other YouTubers, and they kind of get some, either a lamp or something else to illuminate the background. And I just think it adds another dimension. If you're doing talking head, I think it just adds another dimension to your setup. So, personal preference there. After you filmed all this stuff, oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to do this. I don't even know why I have, camera, lens, audio. I tried to be more presentational about this. So now I can do it now. Now we'll talk about memory. Cards are super cheap and they hold a ton of work, especially if you're doing short form stuff. So SanDisk is the one that I use the most. You can get 256 gigs for $29.99. That's really all that you may ever need for filming a short form video project. If if you're just doing talking head YouTube stuff, that's a good price for a good amount. You won't need to switch out cards if you've got 256, unless you're filming. It depends on if you're filming 4K or 1080p. Look into that. But 256 is a lot of time. The Ultra is also available, 512 gigabytes for $37.99. This doesn't work with every camera. You need to check if yours is compatible with the C10 U1. I might be getting that wrong, but I couldn't use the SanDisk Ultra with my ZVE 10. I forget what it was, but I don't want to spend time searching for it. But just make sure that your camera is compatible with whatever. Well, take your camera, see what's compatible, and then buy it. So don't just like, buy a bunch of stuff. Then like, oh, it doesn't work. Do your research. Lexar is one I use as well. You can get 128 gigs for $72 if you don't want to, if you just like having, some people like having the security of filming on one and then filming on the other and like having it on the card so it doesn't get accidentally erased or some stuff if you're not uploading. But $72 for 228 gigs, pretty good. PNY is another one that I've used, 256 gigs for $16.99. Oh, I might have to put that in my cart. That's pretty good. And then if you need the micro SD, if you're using a portable recorder like I do for my voiceovers, VO and talking, I need a micro one. This is this fits into the camera. I keep doing it. No wonder everybody's left, because I didn't show anything. I'm just going to keep it on this and just forget about the presentation for now. Link in the description for all the SD cards that I didn't show you but talked about. Micro SD works for my Zoom portable recorder. You put it in the little adapter and plug it in and pull it off. Really simple. Storage. Where are you putting all this wonderful gear, these wonderful shots that you have? The main one that I used a lot was this, the Lacy. I've been using it for like 8 years and still don't know how to pronounce it. The Rugged Mini 2B external hard drive. This is especially good if you're traveling, you're filming somewhere, you need to plug it in and move it. I've used this one a lot. You kind of see it like everywhere you go in production studios and offices. People usually have this one because it's durable, it's reliable, it's really, really sturdy. If you're more like me and are staying at home, you would probably want to go with the desktop hard drive. I have a 2 terabyte. This is a 16 terabyte. I really should upgrade. WD, if you know anything about, if you've heard of any kind of storage, they're one of the leaders. The other one is Seagate. This is a portable 2 terabyte hard drive. We keep a lot of our old documents and photos on these. We have like 4 or 5 of them. You can see we last purchased it in 2022. Back up the computers. If you're not backing up your computer, please back up your computer. These are the kind of things that we keep the other you have to store the backups somewhere, and we use these pretty frequently. And there's also a SanDisk. If you like the SanDisk brand, there's another one for $139. Don't underestimate how much storage you need. Keep your storage, like, treat it seriously. There's nothing worse than running out of room, or a backup to a backup that doesn't work. All right, I want to talk about some miscellaneous stuff. Not necessarily this will all apply to people doing short form visual effects, but again, anytime a content creator might want to do these kinds of things, and we have to start with the Runco drone, 41% off for $339 for $199. That's a pretty good price for a drone if you want to get started in the quadcopter things. So again, it's not my thing, but if you're watching this, I want to let you know that there's some deals on drones. The other one is the Holy Stone, $429, normally $427.99, 51% off for $209. Again, this seems to have everything that image stabilization. Oh, gimbal. Yeah, that looks cool. If you're looking into droning, as I am droning on and on, if you're if you're thinking about adding drones to your content creation kit, Black Friday is a good time to consider getting something. I I liked using color in some of the background of my videos, just like a blue or a yellow, just being able to create some creative light. And I used these Sylvania, you just put them into, plug them into, your, there you go. Yeah, plug it into the lamp, change the color. I just help it thought. I just like it just gave some, just a nice aesthetic to it. So consider consider doing that in your video, like me with the background in the back, or even if you're just doing vid- video. Yeah, it's I just you can do some really neat things with just having some color in the background, more professional. And if you're like me and really want to, if you insist on getting a monitor, I should get something bigger. So the eyes are getting bad, and I do need to, seeing is part of my job. The bigger the screen, the better. So I'm thinking about making my next upgrade purchase to a monitor. I used to use the Shinobi, which I don't think it's on. Let's look at the newer one. So the newer is 11570. Let's look at the Shinobi monitor, Shinobi pants for women. Yeah, it's not on sale, but I use the Atmos Shinobi 5.2 4K. Yeah, that's the one I used. I really like it. It's not on sale, but you don't need to go with the name brand. You just need to, and if you just need stuff like it gives false color and zebra and histogram. If you don't need all that, I think that newer one should be. I mean, the newer one has all that, so you don't necessarily need to go with the big top brand, and that sale price is pretty good. Last thing I want to talk about is my secret weapon. This is the thing that has made me a more effective content creator, and this is my Wacom tablet. Wacom, another thing I don't know how to pronounce. Lassie, Wacom, just I don't know. This has sped up my editing so much. I'm not suffering from, click like I am, with the mouse, but just editing with a pen has just changed my life. It's intuitive, ergonomically correct. It's the smartest ergonomic decision I made was getting an adjustable desk like this. So that's another video. But getting the tablet, and I've used this for 5-6 years, has just made editing a lot more smoother. I'd like you can switch between monitors easy. I just like how the pen feels. I just like it. It's not weird at all all right. It takes a while to get used to it, but I like it. The one I have isn't on sale, but they do have the Intuos one. It's portable. This one is kind of designed to be carried around, and to get started on it for $99.84 is a pretty good price for a Wacom, because Wacom, they rarely ever go on sale. But there's other two. I don't know anything about these. Oh, I don't know anything about these last two, so I'm just leaving them out there as information from you. Xen Labs graphic tablet, 209. So a little bit. Let's open up again. Is that more than the Wacom? 331. Okay, yeah. So the one I have is 331. So you're going to save $100 if you want to try the Xenci Labs. Come for the deal, stay for me butchering names. So there's the Wacom. Okay, the HUION, $44. So I don't know, 4.6, 75% 5-star. Somebody likes it. Let's see what the 1-star is. Let's be fair and read the 1-star. Do not buy this. Tablet is cheap and customer service is not helpful. Stop working, doesn't work, but what are the 5 stays? Easy setup, smooth lines, better than I expected. That was a few years ago. Well, maybe, maybe not. I mean, if you can save up for the Wacom, I absolutely that's changed my production, my content creation workflow. It speeds up my editing. I recommend if you're able to make the investment and want to upgrade your your process, equipment is only as good as if you're able to incorporate it into your process correctly. And as important as lights and camera can be, the process of editing is going to really be where you can you can speed up your workflow. I mean, yeah, if you're editing on your phone, tablet's not going to help you, but if you do decide to transition over to, I mean, you can use CapCut for PC and Mac and all that. So if you are looking to use and sometimes I just use it for, regular old web browsing. I really recommend getting one of these. Again, 'tis not on sale, but would be, 'tis not on sale, but would be one of the best purchases you can make for upgrading your content creation life. So let's go back to the slides. Maybe I won't use the slides since I never click on them. So if you want to get into making visual effects and you're not sure how to start, you think it's too difficult, too confusing, you'll never be able to, put all the VFXin30.com. This tutorial will help you get rid of those self-doubts, which prevents a lot of people from expanding their careers or, just taking a leap. Not a lot of content creators are doing visual effects. And in a world where we're just kind of seeing the same thing all the time, the Hormozy style, here are 5 things that I do that sometimes. Yes, I'm well aware of that, but I do want to focus more on visual VFX content because just not a lot of people out there doing it, and there's a lot of opportunity for you to be imaginative and have fun making those kinds of videos, incorporating that into your style. So I have 50 and less. If you're I appreciate that. That's a lot of time and investment, and I hope you'll find some of this helpful as you look into starting your content creator career, upgrading your skills, whatever part of your journey. And I think these Black Friday deals are running through the weekend, so shop now, shop often. So anyway, I hope you got some value out of this. Drop a like and or leave a comment if you found this helpful. Tell me what how did anything change your mind about content? It's like, oh, I should really consider better lighting for my setup. Let me know. I'd be curious to know what you thought, and how I can help you be the best, not just visual effects creator, but the best creator that you can be. So enjoy the rest of that leftover turkey that you have. There's plenty of sports on. So, all right. Bye. I need like some sort of sign off. Mahalo. There we go.